Sixth-ranked Wichita State took on College of Charleston on Monday night. Senior Shaquille Morris had quite the night. He dominated the paint and showed off his mid-range game. Morris then connects on the three right there. The big man can share the sugar, too. Don't you worry one bit. He finds his point guard, Landry Shamet. Morris finished with 18 points and 10 rebounds as the Shockers defeated College of Charleston 81-63. Guys, are the sixth-ranked Shockers a legit Final Four threat this season?
I wouldn't necessarily go that far. You can expect them to make the tournament, and you can expect them to be dangerous, but I don't know if I would go Final Four. We know with some of the teams they've had in the past, with the Ron Bakers of the world, the Fred Van Vliet. We saw the highlights. Shamet, and Fran Kemp, two guards with some experience, and then a Shaquille Morris, a guy who was a senior. So Greg Marshall has proven that he is a quality coach. A lot of other programs have tried to hire him away, but he likes it there in Wichita State. He has something good going there in Wichita, Kansas, and I truly believe that this team will be a formidable opponent. But to say Final Four at this point, I'm not ready to go that far.
There are some, some bits of data out there that tell you because of where they play in the American Conference, and it's a good conference with some good competition, but not one that is as competitive as, say, the ACC or some of these other really good conferences, that they have the best chance of making a Final Four because of how good they are and the fact they're going to get some quality wins, but they probably should have a very sparkling record, which will have them have a very high seed once all the seedings come out for the big dance, and that high seed could pave a way that gets them to a Final Four. I agree with CT. I got to see this team play a little bit more. I've got to see how they stack up. This was obviously not much of a test for them as they easily won. They had five guys in double digits tonight. But I think the fact that for most of us that have gotten accustomed to a Van Vliet-led team, to a team with a real gritty guy that just has a high basketball IQ like Ron Baker, well, there's still some guys we remember and recognize from those teams, but it's their time to completely take over and shine right now. And until I see that as a larger sample size, I'm not ready to say they're the favorites to win the American and a preeminent inside track team towards a Final Four appearance. But I think they can get there. I think that's how good of a coach Marshall is.
Hands down.
Yeah.
And I think the way he's committed to that program in Wichita has been awesome and is going to enable him to consistently have a competitive team because of that pipeline kind of recruiting he's been able to do.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in the non-conference. They do have a game against the ranked Baylor opponent. They do have Oklahoma State, Oklahoma teams that are normally good year in and year out. The thing always is they run through the American Conference, and are they really battle-tested when they get to the NCAA tournament? That's why I feel like you do get a feel for how good they'll be in the non-conference.
Those games, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, guys. I mean, obviously, the big dogs early on, we know we can probably guess what they'll be like in the Final Four, but it's these other teams that are kind of sitting on the edge. It's too early to tell, so we've got to see them play a little bit more.
It's really hard to handicap who's going to wind up there because you don't know the maturation process of some of these young, extremely talented players. Are they going to wind up more Ben Simmons? And I don't mean that as a disrespect, but it wasn't a right fit, and he was ready to leave.
He was out.
He was like, I'm out. I'm already packed up. I'm done with this experiment, while some other people really embrace it. So it's really fascinating. That's what's so great about the dialogue and the debate this early in a college hoop season.